right, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV, and Nick Nurse reacts to Kawhi Leonard telling him, or he tells the story of Kawhi Leonard and notifying him that he's leaving the Toronto Raptors. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Reach out to the email as well if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request on all social media platforms. And I know Nick Nurse, I don't think it was a surprise to them, man, that Kawhi Leonard was leaving. I remember they was telling the story about Nick Nurse talking about how, they, was down in the G League and how they came back around, and Kawhi Leonard laughed and said, "This ain't the G League," and walked away. I knew when I heard that story, he wasn't coming back to Toronto. And a lot of players don't like going to Toronto because you got to go through customs and probably the larger tax cut coming out of there. But this is what Nick Nurse had to say about Kawhi. He said, "I think you can't blame a guy for wanting to go home." Nurse said Saturday night at Las Vegas Summer League. "That's what he texted me today. I'm going home. And I just said, you've changed a lot of lives, man, by what you accomplished in Toronto, mine especially, and thanked him for all he did. And we'll look to the future, and we'll look to win a title again." Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But they took the high road, man. They did a tribute video for Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, Danny Green didn't want to stay there as well. And like I said, they got to look at moving Toronto, that franchise. I know it sounds callous or it sounds heartless, but they got to look at moving that franchise to Seattle or something. They got to look to move it to the States because don't none of the players want to play over there. And they was trying to get franchise in the NFL to London. They were thinking about getting a Euro team in the NBA. Building putting the NBA team in Europe. Like none of these dudes want to even play in Toronto because because you got to go through the international customs and then the large tax. They take out your check probably too. And it's not the United States. They need to move that franchise to Seattle. And I think that'd be best for that franchise in general. And they can target better free agents, man. Seattle was dope as well, too. I had to do it from Vancouver. Players legitimately, like Steve Francis, was crying on draft night when he got drafted to the Vancouver Grizzlies. And eventually they moved Vancouver to Memphis. They got to do the same thing with Toronto. It's not a good job, not a good thing having a team outside the United States. But Nick Nurse took the high road. The Raptors organization took the high road. But I wonder behind closed doors, was they really pissed off because Kawhi Leonard, they treated him like a king. All right, everything Kawhi Leonard wanted, he got it. He got load management. They did everything they could to keep him, but in no way, shape, or form, or fashion was he staying. No matter championship or free penthouse you can eat in the city for free, he didn't want to be the king of Toronto. He wanted to go back home, and I don't understand why players want to play. I know what players want to play in LA so bad, but in the NBA season, you on the road 41 games of the year. In the offseason, you can live wherever you want to live at. You can go home, whoop-de-blam. But he wanted to go back to his home area, and now he got to play second fiddle to LeBron. He ain't the king of LA. He got to really earn that title. You got to work hard to earn that title with the Clippers. You was the king of the North no matter what, but it is what it is. When you grew up in Southern California, I don't think there's no place like it, but I just never really understood why players just felt like they only want to play in a particular area. But, it is what it is. For Nick Nurse, like he got a championship out of it. We'll see how good of a coach he is next year. But I know behind closed doors they was pissed off. It was a lot of, it was a lot of cuss words and shit being thrown because they did everything to accommodate him and make him happy. And he still didn't want to be there. And now where he want to be at the Clippers. So, they took the high road. But it don't matter if they took the high road, they start slandering his name or what. Ain't nobody coming to Toronto. Nobody coming to Toronto, man. But they got a championship out of it, but that's the problem. Nobody willingly coming to Toronto, man. I think some players will take less from another NBA franchise to go up to Toronto. It's not a bad city. I've been there before. It's dope, but hey, it is what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. I'll link the full article in the description from ESPN so you guys can read it on the article link. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. To reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the video. Check out our NBA playlist, NBA 101, NBA Talk, and music entertainment playlist, and much, much more. One time for the one time. We gone.